Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're interested in vocal technique, pick up my ebook called Becoming a Natural Singer, or if you want one-on-one help, book a lesson through my website or drop me an email, links in the description. So we face this conundrum when we're dealing with nerves, when we're dealing with the idea of how to improve, when we're dealing with the idea of how to get out there and perform. And the conundrum is this, is if we want to be a musician and we want to get better, all choices require a degree of pain. And the only choice that requires no pain, at least in the moment, is to not sing at all. And what I mean by that is this, is we want to improve as performers, let's say. We want to go out and do some gigs, but we're scared, we're frightened. We know that when we perform we're going to be nervous, and we don't like that. We want to avoid that. But how do we get better? Singing in front of people. The only way to do it is to sing in front of people. So we face this kind of conflict, this inner conflict, or this kind of paradox where in order to get to where we aren't suffering pain, in the longer term, we have to, in the short term, deal with suffering pain. The pain being the dread of failure, the fear of failure, or just not singing particularly well. You know, as we're learning, we're not the best singers. We've got to deal with the fact that we ain't that good. These types of things. Now, depending on your expectations and depending on that gap between where you are and where you want to be, that can be really hard to deal with. Many singers that I know, and quite a few old friends and people I've been close to over the years, they get into this situation where they really do need to get better. They need to get a lot better at what they do. But the issue that they have is that in order to get over that hump, they're going to have to really start looking at themselves more objectively as musicians. You know, how good am I? Where am I at? And where do I want to get to? And just that concept of objectively looking at ourselves, that requires pain. So the process of getting to where we want to be, a great singer, a great artist, a great musician, the only way to get there is to face a lot of short-term pain, a lot of short-term setbacks, a lot of short-term just this feeling of, oh, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do it. It's going to be painful. I'm going to have to look at myself. I'm going to have to deal with the fact that I'm not as good as I want to be. And I guess the reason I'm making this video is to kind of make it very clear, guys, that if you want to be a good singer, you don't have a choice in this. Either you're going to not sing at all and avoid all of this that I'm talking about, or you're going to get stuck in and deal with it. And really push yourself to just accept where you are, what your skill set is, and where you want to get to. Now that might take you 6 weeks, 6 months, might take you 6 years. For me, it took about 15 years to really move from where I was starting in this journey to getting towards where I want to be. And there are other people out there who are exactly where I was, but they weren't willing to take it on the chin day after day, month after month, year after year. They just weren't willing to go through that. So they get busy doing other things. They get girlfriends, they have families, they have a social life. My point being is that they make choices to avoid dealing with the reality of where they are as artists and figuring out, how do I get better from this spot? It's a very powerful thing to avoid dealing with pain and avoid pain and just having to try and cope with it. And if we want to get good, we have to have the strength of character and the foresight and the fortitude to deal with it, to deal with it honestly and to deal with it the way it is. If you can get to that point, and then you can start building day after day, you will improve as an artist no matter where you are, no matter your age. But if you can't get to that point, you will go around in circles until eventually, unfortunately, you will quit. Anyway, guys, just my thoughts for today. I will catch you very soon. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.